Welcome back to Sports Talk with Dad. As always, my name is Kyle, and I cannot call this Sports Talk with Dad without the man sitting next to me. A man who used to be muscular, my dad, Tim.
I definitely used to have Popeye arms.
You
on
did?
My right arm.
Well, here's the crazy thing. I have known you in 3 different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
When I was born, it was right after your athletic career had ended.
Mm-hmm.
Massive forearms.
Yep.
Super,
Big thighs.
tone.
Yeah.
Big thighs, tone. Mom was the same way, right?
Yeah.
Both you guys were athletes. And then I knew you, we'll call them the cheeseburger days.
Yes, they were.
This man would show up to the house with a cheeseburger for himself and one for the dog.
I was 240 pounds at one point.
You're a big boy.
And there are no pictures.
There's not.
I've destroyed everything.
Yes, you have, because I found one at one point, and then it was gone.
Yes.
You were bigger than 240, weren't you?
No, I was 240.
Were you?
A 38 waist.
But 240, not in shape.
Not in shape at all, but hit the golf ball a long way during that time.
You did indeed. And then I've known you as you are now, where you've lost the weight and you're going to seed and you look old.
Going to seed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You, on the other hand, have proven a point
Yes.
that I've long thought.
I have?
Yes.
I honestly, when you said proven a point and I said yes, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to agree to it.
Just go with
I'm
it.
not used to you saying that.
I was in business for many, many decades. And I always thought the guys who were either tall or bigger in stature, muscular, were the ones most likely to get promotions and get tapped on the shoulders. This is nothing against. I've also seen the opposite. I'm just speaking generally. And I've noticed since you started getting in shape, stopped drinking, done all that, you've changed the way you look, and more opportunities have come your way.
I get treated differently. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is more than anything? One, obviously, it does help when you are more muscular, but I think the big thing is you feel better, you're more confident. And I can say for myself, when I did quit drinking, when I decided, hey, I'm going to completely change the way I look, it gives you more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking with people, it's definitely different. I've noticed the difference in the way people interact with me, good and bad. But I think the biggest reason for that is my confidence that I show.
It could be. I mean, I'd love to get back in the gym. Unfortunately, I'm just trying to go through rehab right now, but we're
getting there.
One day at a time.
We're going to get you deadlifting 400 pounds.
I don't think those days are ever coming back. My back just cried when I even thought about that.
I'm going to be honest, those days are done for me now. What really sucks is, though, is I'm in a big cut right now. And I was 240, but I was a good-looking 240.
Yeah, I look like a pear.
You did.
With legs.
Like I said, not in shape. But I miss it because I used to be a lot stronger. And since down about 211 right now, I'm not as strong anymore. My bench presses is down probably like 50 pounds.
I have to open your pickle jars for you now.
Okay, we're not at that point. I'm working on the forearms. They're getting there. I'm trying. I'm getting the fat grips now. It's helped. I see more definition.
The fat grips. Okay. I will say
big old grip that you hold on to, because when you do this, it flexes your forearm. I don't know if it works, but in my mind it works.
When I played tennis back in the days of wood rackets, they had much bigger grips than they do now.
Yeah.
Where you want a big, your Western grip and you've got a lot of spin on it. It's just a strange difference. And I had Popeye arms back.
Well, I've always preferred a bigger grip. Now, I don't have massive hands by any means. I think we did the measurement. It's 9-inch hands, so nothing crazy. But I always prefer bigger grips. You just have more control.
Well,
from a muscle standpoint, I don't know. Like my brother played with a really tiny grip. Like he would take the small medical tape, one wrap, and he was done. And I'd try and play with his racket. I'm like, I can't even begin to play with this thing.
Funniest thing I ever saw your brother. It wasn't funny. To me, it was. But he had an unbelievable forehand.
Yes.
A kid put his racket out to try to return it. It didn't break in his hand. It shattered.
Yeah, you know who that kid was?
It wasn't you.
It was me.
It wasn't. No, this is a match that he was playing, so I know it wasn't you.
He also did it to me, and to this day, I don't know how it happened. The racket in the middle snapped, and somehow one of the strings got loose and whipped me in the arm, like full on bleeding in the arm. Physics should not allow that to happen because of the way they're woven. Somehow the thing got out, and I tell the story to tennis players all the time, and they're like, "That's not even possible." I said, "I know,"
and yet it happened. You have a scar from it yet, don't you?
Mostly faded,
Oh,
but it's definitely there. My tattoo pretty much covers it at this point.
Anyways, speaking of guys with ungodly power,
Yes,
Jacob Misiorowski, the Miz, had his first Maddux ever. And for those of you who don't know what a Maddux is, it's a complete game shutout in under 100 pitches, named after the professor Greg Maddux, who had several of them.
An argument of how many pitches it was below 80. That's what we can say. Some people say 74, some people say 76, some people say 78. I'm going 74 because I love Greg Maddux, but I think it was like 76 pitches. Still unbelievable. Well, not only was it a Maddux, so a complete game under 100 pitches, it was a complete game under 100 pitches with 15 strikeouts, the most of all time.
Correct.
2 others had 13. He's the first one to have 15. Not only that, it was a one-hitter.
Yeah.
He faced
the minimum
27 batters. The most you can have, or the least you can have, I'm sorry. The least you can have is 27. He faced 27. It was a hit in the first inning, ended up being a double play. 27 up, 27 down, one hit baseball, 15 Ks. At one point threw 104.5 mile per hour fastball in the first inning. 50 of his 93 pitches, actually it was 57, I'm sorry, I have it in front of me. 57 of his 93 pitches were over 100 miles per hour.
And oh, by the way, to end the game, he was still throwing 103.
Dude's a freak of nature. And God bless Pat Murphy.
Yes.
For letting him pitch. What makes this even better, by the way, what makes this Hollywood movie-esque, this is the start after he shook off his manager and said, "I'm finishing the 7th." This is the next start.
Exactly. And thank God Pat Murphy is the manager, and I will say this again, because if Craig Counsell was still managing the Milwaukee Brewers,
Misiorowski would be hurt.
He would have been hurt. He'd have been out of that game in the 6th inning.
Right.
This is the stuff of legend. I've got to ask you the question. Now, last year, people complained about him making the All-Star game legitimately.
He only had 5 starts.
He only had 5 starts. Came in, shut down the side, had a good 1 inning. He's going to start this year's All-Star game, I think.
Most likely.
My question is, and this is a 1 year, literally 1 year sample, but is this the greatest year of pitching we've ever seen?
It depends how he ends it. I mean, last year, don't forget, he gave up a lot of hits. He gave up a lot of runs.
And last year,
in the beginning of the year, so he's a 1.36 ERA, and his last 8 starts, he's got a 0.17 ERA.
He's figured out.
I'm going to read that again. 0.17 ERA in 8 starts. That may be the greatest 8-game span we've ever seen. I personally have never seen anything like it. If we look earlier in the season, obviously he was giving up a couple more runs, not a lot, but that's how it averages out.
More people too.
So I think he's starting to figure it out. I do not think this is the greatest season we've ever seen if we're taking half of last year and half of this year. This could be the greatest season we've ever seen, but it's going to take a lot of work to beat Tim Lincecum when he won his first Cy Young. I don't mean it in a bad way. No shaking your head. I don't mean that in like, hey, Tim Lincecum Hall of Famer, although he should be. But that's the conversation. I am saying that first Cy Young year, and we could even look at the second Cy Young year, never seen anything like it.
He was insane. I will give, and he was 5'10" and 150 pounds soaking wet.
Right.
The Miz is 6'7", whatever he weighs, tall, lanky. People are comparing to Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson was 6'10" for one thing.
And didn't have this type of accuracy.
No. Every time I saw Randy Johnson, I kept hearing Tim Behringer from Major League. I really don't know where it's going to go. But
this could be the greatest season we've ever seen if it continues. And I have no doubt that it will. What I also love what Pat Murphy is doing is he's training him for the postseason. And it's one thing he does really well with his players, especially his pitchers. He's letting them get out of innings. Early in the season, when Misiorowski was behind in counts or behind in innings, he just let him pitch. And that is the exact reason we're starting to see this dominance now. He's going to have a slump at some point.
Oh, of course he is. He's going to have a rough start.
He's going to have a rough start. You hope it's not in the postseason, because the Brewers, I do believe, are going to make it to the postseason. Everybody seems to in baseball nowadays. So he's going to have a slump. How he reacts to that is going to dictate a lot of what happens.
I will say this about Milwaukee. Their coaching throughout their system is some of the best for pitchers ever.
And has been for a long time.
Yes. I mean, what they've done with Misiorowski to get him up.
Second-round pick out of Missouri.
And he went to a junior college.
Junior college was going to go to LSU and then got drafted in the second round.
Yeah. And, he got bit by the COVID bug because that was right as he was finishing high school. He's fun to watch. He's excited.
He's got an attitude.
But in a good way.
Well, it's awesome.
It's a great attitude.
We need pitchers with attitude. We need pitchers with character.
He's got a little Nolan Ryan in him when he was looking at Murphy going, I'm not coming out.
Right.
Don't even try.
But for how old is he? 23? 24?
Something like that.
For him to have that type of confidence to be able to look at his manager and say, nah, that is Pat Murphy giving him the ability to do that. That is great leadership from a manager in baseball. I hate to say this, and this is killing me deep inside.
Go ahead.
I'm cheering for the Brewers this year.
They're a fun team to watch.
Fallen in love with this team. The Cubs have no pitchers, so I have nobody to cheer for. Pete Crow Armstrong's great, but I don't think they're going anywhere.
No.
And I've said it before. I'll cheer for the Cubs again when Craig Counsell is gone. But watching Misiorowski, watching this team, watching him last year, I was starting to cheer for him a little bit.
Well, they go and get guys that are cast off from other teams like Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah.
And they get over here, they get coached up a little bit, and they're freed up, and they start playing.
You can see why they felt so comfortable trading Freddie Peralta.
Yes.
This is why. Now, what's going to be interesting to see here, people are saying it's going to help the Brewers, and I don't know if it will. I think for the Brewers, it could, because it's going to even the playing field. But if you have a salary floor, Brewers are going to have to spend more money.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you're going to see happen is if this salary floor is put in place, I think it's going to put a lot of pressure on several owners to sell the team. And I think the Brewers are going to be in that situation as well.
They might be. What I really like...
It's going to double their payroll.
Well, what I like and what I enjoy about the offer that's made is that they're going to share local media revenues, which will give teams like Kansas City,
that'll change the ballgame,
and Minnesota a chance to keep some of their own stars finally.
That will change the ballgame for sure. And stars, we've talked about before. I know this isn't a situation of talking about the upcoming collective bargaining agreement, but since we're here, why not? I don't even know what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. I was more focused on making a statement. Players are still going to make a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. And that's what bothers me about the top 10 makers right now throwing a fit, a.k.a. Bryce Harper.
Yeah, they want to get theirs.
Listen, you're still going to make $60 million a year. The salary cap ceiling for NFL teams is less than what MLB is offering right now. And people are making $60 million a year. Patrick Mahomes just got paid $500 million. What they're worried about is guaranteed contracts going away. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either. And if I'm the owners, I'd look at them and go, you're still going to have guaranteed contracts. I mean, they've checked almost every box.
It's the greatest proposal I've seen by an ownership group ever. They really, I mean,
time.
Listen, I've made fun of Ron Manfred on this show thousands of times. I made a thumbnail of him looking like a clown because I think he has been. But what he did last year, I got to give credit where credit is due. He stepped into clubhouses and started talking about salary caps to the point where Bryce Harper kicked him out of the locker room and threw a fit.
Which I didn't mind him doing that either.
I didn't either. It is what it is. You're going to see that. But for him to prep for that and then to come out with a very strategic plan and getting it out early so the fans can see it.
A first proposal. This is smart on the owner's part.
It is. And the players came back and said, hey, revenue, we get more now. Okay, well, now we're talking. But what the owners have come up with is about as good as you can ask for when a league is asking for a salary cap.
Well, and what it does, I think, it actually is there to make sure the small teams can compete against the Dodgers, because the Dodgers have skewed the argument to the point of being ridiculous.
And all those contracts stay in place, so they're not counting. It's new contracts that are counting towards the salary cap, which means it's going to take 5-6 years for it to really settle in.
And the reason I want this to happen is because you look at a guy like The Miz, who's in his second year with Milwaukee. He's going to be there for a while. I don't want it to get, if he keeps getting as good as he is, all of a sudden it's coming up for renewal time, and the Brewers know they have no shot of signing him.
Well, in the conversation around Milwaukee, I'm already hearing it talking to people, is I wonder how long we can keep him.
Right. And that should never be a conversation. It's like.
But it's been a conversation for so long. Look at Freddie Peralta.
Yeah.
Who they might get back, by the way, at the trade deadline.
Which would be pretty funny.
I love the proposal. I think it's going to help baseball because now if you're a Brewers fan, again, it's, hey, we get to keep the Miz. And also you're seeing a movement in baseball you haven't seen in a very, very long time. And it'll be really sad for all that momentum. Bryce Harper said it himself. It would be really hard to see all the momentum disappear because of a lockout. But make no mistake, the owners are not moving forward without a salary cap.
They can't. They need a salary floor and a salary cap.
Right.
It has to happen. We are at that point. We're talking billions upon billions of dollars. Figure it out. I mean, it's silly from both sides that you can't work out a deal with this much money to be divided up.
But as for Misiorowski, pitching's back. And this, by the way, is proof of what I have been saying since being on this show.
Go ahead.
The star of the game is the one that touches the ball the most. Starting pitchers are the stars of baseball because all anybody's talking about is Misiorowski right now. All people are tuned into is Misiorowski.
And they were talking about him because he threw a complete game.
Right.
Which was gone from baseball for several years because of the councils of the world.
Yep.
They thought, this is the better way to do it. And
baseball's coming back.
Misiorowski, when he throws 103, he's not putting a lot of strain on his arm. It's an easy motion.
It is.
Now, he could get hurt.
Everybody could get hurt.
Could happen anytime.
You know what you pay pitchers to do?
Pitch.
Let them pitch.
Exactly.
Let them pitch. Make history, Miz. I can't help it. I'm falling in love with him.
From the good to the ridiculous, Brendan Sorsby has declared himself eligible for the supplemental draft coming up in June.
He didn't have a choice.
No, he wasn't going to be playing college this year.
The injunction was dumb. He was never going to be allowed to play. All the leagues, and I love this, by the way, all the leagues jumped in and said, yeah, take Texas Tech off your schedule. The Big 12 came in and said, we're going to put sanctions on this at this point because this is ridiculous. To where Texas said, yeah, you're going to have to go through Texas first. To which the Big 12 said, I don't think you understand how many states we go through. We can do what we want. They have filed for what's the word? I can't remember the word now.
Injunction?
Not an injunction, something with the federal government, but it basically says that they can enforce these rules without lawsuit.
Oh, well, they're trying to get the monopoly clause that baseball always has.
That's what it is. It's got a specific name. I can't remember it now. But they're trying to get that in place so they can do this. Basically, Texas Tech looked at Sorsby and said, listen, kid, we tried.
Here's my question. He's a decent quarterback.
Yeah.
But is he a nightmare? Is he the Art Schleicher waiting to happen?
Well, and that's the question. Is this actually an addiction or is this a kid being dumb? And that's what you have to ask. Art Schleicher was clearly an addiction. He had a problem. All of his NFL money was gone before he left the NFL.
It was before he even cashed his checks.
Gone. He was literally cashing checks to pay off bookies.
Yes.
That's all it was. He had a problem. It started at Ohio State, going to the tracks, and it never got better. Been in and out of jail the last 40, 50 years. Guy has a problem.
And we don't know about this kid yet.
We don't. What we do know is he placed over, what was it?
$90,000.
$90,000 in bets. What was it, like 9,000 bets, 90 bets? I don't remember the exact number, but it is $90,000 in bets over a 3-year period. By the way, he also bet on his own team.
Yeah, all that triggers is, in my mind, is he's got a problem.
I can tell you, I was listening to Kirk Herbstreit about this the other day, and
who played, I think, played after Schleicher, but
after Schleicher.
Everybody knew the Schleicher story in his era.
Well, everybody knew. Of course they did. At that point, because what was Schleicher in the 70s?
I think he was the early 80s.
Okay.
So
less of a gap then.
Yeah, but it was a cautionary tale that was told for everybody, especially at Ohio State.
As it should be. it's definitely a problem. But if you're betting on your own team, how can you trust that in the locker room, especially when the NFL is trying to put a stop to gambling in the league? They've been having issues, and now you're inviting it in. Now the NFL has to allow a supplemental draft, and it hasn't been signed off on yet. He's filed the paperwork. But Texas Tech did come out and say, we're not going to try and recoup any of our NIL money. They're trying to take this high horse. It's like, no, what you're doing is pampering a kid. This is what I have a problem with society nowadays. This whole mental health stuff that you're talking about, this isn't mental health. This is consequences.
Yes.
This is consequences for your action. You knew what you were doing was wrong. Everybody knows what you're doing is wrong. And you did it anyway. And to get a slap on the wrist and say, well, he needs to be with his friends to play football because it's bad for his mental health. No, it's called consequences. Look, and for Texas Tech to look at him and say, yeah, you get to keep all of your NIL money, you poor kid. That's not you taking the high road. That's you enabling behavior.
It's why I've been so hard on Pete Rose this whole time. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly the consequences he would face. He was right to be banned. He should never be in the Hall of Fame. And this kid shouldn't have got to keep his NIL money.
No.
He should have been kicked out and forced to sit.
Also, the problem with college football that you can just look at it and say, yeah, we're going to pay you for not doing anything for us except bringing scandal and shame to the university.
Oh, by the way, maybe this is a cautionary tale to the NFL and the college. Don't get in bed with gambling.
Well, that's another issue altogether. You can't really have DraftKings and FanDuel all over the place and then tell your players not to use it. It's why I don't want to see gambling on the phone legal in Wisconsin. It just leads to these type of problems.
And we've been on this since the show started. Do you remember when the Ricketts took over? They were talking about putting a DraftKings in Wrigley Field, and people were like, yeah, no.
Right, they were going to make an upper deck suite.
Right.
And then the Ricketts decided we're not going to spend money on anything anymore.
Correct.
Except, hitters that are well past their prime.
And managers who destroy pitching staffs. But that's another story. I just think baseball and football need to take a hard look and go, maybe taking all this money from the gambling is actually going to lead to bad things, which it has.
It has, but it started with fantasy. Fantasy became really popular as soon as cell phones became really popular because it's really easy. I play fantasy. I like it. It's fun. I think I put $50 in the league and I just lose $50 every year because that's how it works.
For fans to do.
Right. But the problem is you have people with inside information and you have people with phones in their hands and easy access. It's why I'm a big believer. If you want to bet on sports, I'm all for it, but you should have to go to a casino. You should have to, because you have to now make an effort to go and spend money.
And there's a lot of ways along the way, like if you're a player who's going to be putting a bet through a friend of his, which happens.
Now you have facial recognition and stop before they even walk in the casino. It puts levels of accountability in between the players and the gambling.
I've got to be honest. I think Pete Rozelle was way ahead of this when he banned Paul Hornung and Alex Karras for greeting people at a casino.
You shut your mouth.
I love Paul Hornung.
Hall of Famer. Prevented his number from being retired in Green Bay.
Still should be retired in Green Bay. But there was a brick wall. You do not associate with gamblers.
Right. And here we are.
Pete was right.
It's betting on the sport. Here's the question. Do you think that they allow him to enter the supplemental draft?
Yes. And I'll tell you who I think will be the most likely to pick him. I've got 3 teams. I've got Minnesota.
What?
I can see them. If Kyler Murray, you need an extra backup. I think they're done with J.J. McCarthy. I think a team like Arizona.
That's the dumbest take I've ever heard. You have Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy, so let's throw another controversy into the mix just for fun.
Yep, because Kyler Murray is going to wash out.
No, Kyler Murray is going to play great this year. They're going to sign him to a big old contract because of Sam Darnold. Then he's going to wash out. All right, fine. That's past the Sorsby situation.
Arizona.
I can see that.
You
don't think Gardner Minshew is the future in Arizona?
No.
Carson Beck?
Cleveland, just because why not throw another thing into Cleveland?
I mean, it's Jimmy Haslam, but no, because I think Todd Monken really wants Sanders to be the starter. Todd Monken wanted Sanders in Baltimore.
He should go someplace where he's going to be is going to be a real stern organization.
I have where
backup.
I think
Not
he's going to go.
Bay.
Not Green Bay. I think where he's going to end up is Detroit. Detroit doesn't have a backup right now.
I don't think that'd be a bad place for him.
You have Dan Campbell, who's not going to put up with it.
Right.
It's a great figure to put in front of him. And you have a chance to groom a quarterback behind, honestly, a quarterback that who knows how long he's going to actually be there.
I'm not sure. You got to be
Miami's there. But this is where the NFL might just need to put their foot down and say, we're not doing it. And he'll go and play in the XFL.
No, he'll.
Or UFL. What is it called now?
No. He'll get picked up by somebody. Somebody will take a flyer on him because he's got an arm.
He was expected to be a first-round draft pick, possibly this next year. So the talent's there. Who is the other one? Who is the Ohio State quarterback? Terrell Pryor went in the supplemental, right?
Correct.
Because of whatever situation he had going on.
All right.
Losing to Wisconsin with your number one overall seed and embarrassing me in front of thousands of people.
That was one of the best nights ever. Anyways, I do have a couple quarterback battles questions for you.
All right.
I threw in Minnesota just because I love the controversy in Minnesota.
I'm going to be honest. I think they
Murray
really...
Or McCarthy.
The organization, granted the GM's not there anymore, but I think the organization, and I think Kevin O'Connell from a pride standpoint, really want McCarthy to succeed. There's a reason they're splitting the reps and haven't handed over the reins to Kyler Murray. They're giving him every single chance. Clearly, after seeing his press conferences after the first one where two kids sitting at different sides of the classroom, somebody taught him how to speak in front of the media. Because his latest responses have been much nicer. The problem is J.J. McCarthy has shown time and time again, he's a very immature kid.
He's a very limited quarterback.
He is, but I think it's the maturity side of things that really gets him in trouble. Kyler Murray, very humbled quarterback. I think Justin Jefferson is pretty excited to have him there.
Yeah, he's a competent NFL quarterback.
And I think he has a lot more say in this than you think, because I could see one of two things. Either Kyler Murray gets the job and Justin Jefferson starts lighting it up, or halfway through the season, Justin Jefferson demands a trade.
I can see that.
I see both playing out.
They've wasted 2 years.
They have. Well, not 2 years.
Last year, they wasted
possibly
completely.
This year. I think it will be, but I think that Kyler Murray is the expected starter. I think from an organizational standpoint, because he was a high draft pick, J.J. McCarthy has the front lead right now because he's getting paid more.
I don't care. You've got to put a competent quarterback on the field, and he wasn't last year. Not even close.
No, and he was also very hurt. I think Kyler Murray wins the starting job in the end, but I do think they're giving J.J. McCarthy every opportunity to take the job.
Next up, we've got the Arizona Cardinals, where you've got Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, and Carson
Beck. Brendan Sorsby, starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett's going to be the starter. He sat out knowing he's going to be the starter. That's why he sat back to try and get some more cash.
From the worst, cheapest owners in all of football.
Yeah. I do think that, again, from an organizational standpoint, I think they would like Carson Beck to be the starter because you need to decide on him quick. He's a much older quarterback. What is he, 26, 27?
I think so.
So you need to figure out, hey, is this going to be a guy or not? I think the answer is going to be not watching him in training camp, not in pads or anything. Jacoby Brissett's going to end up being the starter. How long he stays the starter, I don't know. The place is a mess. What's going to be really interesting is seeing the running back room. I think that's a more interesting conversation between James Connors and Jeremiah Love.
And maybe Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, I don't think is going anywhere. It sounds like that's all being cleared, by the way. Brown County just came out and said, there's more to this story.
Correct.
We're not pressing charges.
That's going to end it.
It's over already.
It's done. Okay, my final one, just because they're always fun to talk about. In Cleveland, Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders?
Well, it's the owner versus the coach.
Mm-hmm.
So Todd Monken, I already said on this show here today, that Todd Monken is a big Shedeur Sanders fan. And I think Todd Monken, if he had his choice, Shedeur Sanders would already be the starting quarterback. However, you have a $60 million problem. Deshaun Watson's been looking better in training camp. He's never going to be the player he was in Texas when he played for the Houston Texans. He's coming off 2 torn Achilles. Same Achilles torn twice, I should say.
Did he get massage therapy for those?
He did. That's what popped it. He was running away.
Yeah. But
Allegedly. Always allegedly.
always allegedly.
Made me lose my train of thought. The organization wants Deshaun Watson to start.
Well, they want to get something out
Correct.
of all the money they paid. I don't think they're going to do it. I think Sanders is going to be your starter.
I'll be honest, I don't think either of them have performed in a way that has earned them the starting job, and neither of them has performed so bad that they can say, you're not the starter. I think Cleveland's in a bad situation. Now, you do have Shedeur Sanders, who just needs time to play.
Yes.
Again, I think Todd Monken really wants Shedeur Sanders to take off, and I think you're right. But I do think week 1 at least, Deshaun Watson's going to be behind center.
Oh, I don't.
I 100%. I can tell you who's not getting the job. The man who was forced to give up his number, Dylan Gabriel.
Yes,
he doesn't have a number.
He lost his cover.
He doesn't have a number.
No.
All the quarterback numbers are gone. All of them.
He's going to be wearing 98.
Apparently. Luckily, in preseason, you can wear the same number as defense, but I don't even think he makes the roster. I feel bad for the guy. I really do.
That was that whole draft. That Cleveland is such a mess. Unfortunately, we're seeing what it's like to live in Cleveland because we're in Milwaukee with Haslam and the Bucks.
Luckily, we're not talking about the Bucks, but I do think it goes to the Heat.
Okay. Yeah, Giannis is going to be gone by this time next week. Giannis will be someplace, I think. All right, we did the AFC East last week.
Okay.
Let's move on to our friends in the NFC East.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to go through every game for the Dallas Cowboys.
I have it. I have my list.
I'm glad. Just so you know, let's go through the other teams first.
Okay.
I've got Philadelphia at 11-6.
I think Philadelphia is going to win 10 games this year.
Okay. I've got Washington at 10-7.
You're out of your damn mind.
I think they're going to be a better team again this year.
I think they win 8 games maximum.
No. And I've got the Giants at 7-10.
I think that's a fair place to put the Giants. I think the Giants are honestly going to be competing for the division this year.
Yeah, no. Okay. Let's go. We'll save our final predictions on their win-loss record. But let's go through game by game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Week 1, they're at the Giants.
Losing to the Giants.
I have them winning at the Giants.
I think there's going to be so much hoopla with Harbaugh, and I think Jackson Dart's going to show up. I think they're going to win that game.
Okay. Next week against the Washington football team. I have the Redskins down here. But
of course you do. I have Cowboys winning that game.
I do as well. The next week is the Ravens. This one's in Rio de Janeiro.
I have the Cowboys beating the Ravens.
I do as well. Next week is at the Texans in Houston. I have them losing that game.
Same.
All right. Next week is a Thursday night game against Tampa Bay. I have them losing that game.
I have them winning that game.
Really?
I'm nervous for Tampa. They need to figure out Baker Mayfield's contract here.
I think it'll get done. He is such a part of the community down there at this point.
Well, they're not treating him like it.
I know, but all right. Week 5, we've got, or week 6 rather. They're coming to Green Bay.
Complete homer pick. I'm picking the Packers to win that game. I think the Cowboys losing.
That may be the first game back for
Parsons.
Micah Parsons. Did you say Marsons?
I said Parsons.
Oh, I thought you said Marsons. I'm like,
I'm mixing his name. It's his new nickname now.
Okay. Oh,
Marsons.
Okay.
Because he's like a Martian, so he's Marsons.
Got it. Works for me.
You know what? That was a stupid thing, and I turned that into something awesome. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, go with that. Next week, they're going to Philadelphia.
Week 7, right?
Yes.
I have them losing that game.
I do as well. Week 8, they've got Arizona at home.
I have them beating Arizona.
I have them beating Arizona as well. Next week, they go to the Colts in Indianapolis.
I'm winning. I have a winning streak coming here.
I have them winning that game as well. Next week, they've got the 49ers at home. I think they're going to lose that.
I actually have them winning that game. They always play the Niners tough at home. It's always a final possession game, and I think they pull that one out.
All right. Week 11, they've got the Titans at home. They'll win that game.
Yep.
Week 12, they've got Philadelphia coming to town.
I have them beating Philadelphia.
I do as well. Then they go on the road to Seattle.
I have them losing that game.
I do as well. And that pick may get changed as the season goes along. See what Seattle does.
All of this is going to get changed as the season goes. You remember last year when I had a whole pamphlet and that lasted 3 weeks?
I don't think it lasted 3 weeks. I thought it was done before we started, but week 14 is their bye. Week 15 is in LA against the Rams. I have them losing that game.
Same.
Then they've got the Jags at home.
I have them losing to the Jags. I think the Jags are going to be a good team this year.
I do too, but I have them winning that game.
The Jags are going to be playing on the road all season.
Yeah, because
so they're going to get comfortable. I don't think it matters where they go. They're going to be more fans of the other team everywhere.
Are they moving their practice facility to Orlando?
They'd have to, right?
I would think.
I'd assume so.
Okay.
Or they're just practicing on a camping field, whatever it's called.
Camp World Field or something?
Yeah, that.
All right. We'll talk about that when we get to their division. We've got the Week 17 Giants at home. I've got them winning that game.
I have the Giants sweeping the Cowboys.
Okay. And Week 18, they have the Washington football team going to Dallas. I have them losing that game.
I have them winning.
Okay.
That game. I have them going 9-8 this year.
That's exactly what I have them at.
Do you really?
Yep. 9-8.
I think it's fair. Their over-under is 8.5 to 9.5.
Is it? I didn't see their over-under.
So it's fair. I looked it up after I made the picks. It's 8.5 to 9.5 wins depending on the sports book. I think it's fair. I think if they do go 9-8 and this is their final record, especially if it's not a playoff season, I do think, unfortunately, Brian Schottenheimer will be let go.
He could. I think they may have to. They need changes in the whole organization, but that's never going to happen as long as Jerry's around.
I do think Dak Prescott's going to have a better year. I think we see what Prescott is now. I think McCarthy got a lot out of him when he was there, and he's really settled into that type of quarterback. I mean, he's Tony Romo.
He's a serviceable quarterback. Yeah,
I don't think the Cowboys are necessarily overpaying for him right now. I think he's a top starter in this league, top 15.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The George Pickens situation is going to play a lot into this because they're not paying George Pickens. He's got I don't know if he's signed his franchise tag yet or not.
I don't know.
To be honest
either.
with you. But a lot of it's going to play into how he performs. We've seen that happen. So if George Pickens decides to be George Pickens, then you're going to have a problem. And it also depends on CeeDee Lamb. Is he going to start to learn how to catch the damn ball?
I don't think so.
That's the issue I have with Dak Prescott. A lot of this isn't his fault. He can only put it here so many times.
Get some stickum on his hands.
Whatever it takes.
The gloves are stickum now.
They are. And you can even spray stuff on them as they get older. That basically is stickum.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to learn how to catch the ball.
I don't ever want to hear people complaining about Fred Biletnikoff again.
Well, it's where I defend Dak Prescott in the same place a couple years ago where I defended Jordan Love. If your receivers aren't going to catch the damn ball,
there's only so much you can do.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, you can't catch it for them.
So we'll see. I have 9-8, but that I think that is going to swing up or down throughout the season.
We have a lot of people who watch from Dallas because we hear from them every now and then. I'll be interested to see what they have to say.
You let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get to enjoy this show as much as we have enjoyed making it. You and I have as a great show. If I can say that correctly, you and I have had a great show. But as you all know, you cannot have a conversation with your dad without your father getting the last word. So it is all you.
It's U.S. Open week, and that means it's also Father's Day week. Not always do we get along with our parents and our fathers. Sons and fathers have their differences at times. But the man was there for you at the worst of times. He's the only guy in your life that ever wanted you to do infinitely better than they did. Take your time, take some time, go find your dad, and wish them a happy Father's Day. And I wish I could, but so a heavenly happy Father's Day to my dad.
I am going to turn things around and take over for the last word for a second because it is Father's Day, and I have to say something very, very important about fathers. Now, my dad and I, like every father and son, have had our ups and downs in life, but there's one thing that I can say that has made me the man I am today. A father always is going to make mistakes. A father's human. You can't help that. But what you need as a dad is a stern hand at the wheel that when you turn to them, no matter what, you know that they're going to be there for you. and you know that everything is going to be okay because they got it under control. No matter how much chaos is going on in the world, no matter what, you know you're loved and you know you're safe. And I am honored to say that I have a father that has taught me that and made me a better father because of it. So, Dad, very happy Father's Day. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much. That was very kind.
Thank you, as always, so much for watching. This was Sports Talk with Dad. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.